Now understand the concept of quality control in this session. Uh, Actually, in the last session, we had tried to understand the different definitions of term quality, which is very relative term. Dr. Juran has defined it as a fitness for use. He has also defined in other way as freedom from deficiencies. Dr. Deming has defined it as a customer retention for business. So likewise, we also understood so many things related to the term quality. And the loss of because of poor quality is in terms of loss of business, increasing the liability, reduction in the productivity, increasing unnecessary cost could be a result of this poor quality. And the result of good quality from customer and company perspective is also mentioned here. Now, our objective here is to understand why there is a need of control term to be added to this quality. We understood at this stage quality is a different perception, it could be different characteristics, it could be pride for ownership for different people. For manufacturer, he is interested in the quality of product what he has produced from manufacturing. From customer's point of view, he is interested in the quality of product that he purchases. Altogether, the quality can be summarized in terms of product or services that meets certain defined targets. What is quality control? Actually, it is all about the process of evaluating the actual performance of product or process under evaluation, with the objective to compare it with its set level of performance. If any deviations observed, work upon to reduce that deviation, ultimately to improve the quality. This is what I could say as a thought process we should understand for understanding the term quality control. I'll take example here, table fan. Quality means it for table fan. Quality means what? For a customer it should work. Whenever he purchases it, it should work. Another very simple example, a packet of chips. If you consider as a product, then quality means it could be the taste of that particular chip. It could be the certain amount of chips involved present in that particular packet. It could be like that. So to assure a certain level of quality, one has to measure and compare in a quantified way the characteristics with respect to the target. And I think therefore the way of measuring the quality of the product and detecting the changes in it can be featured as quality control. In the early 20th century, the quality control was only limited to the act of inspection. Now it has broadened its horizon to defect prevention also by offering quality assurance. That's a different concept. It's a rather it's extended concept. We'll see in the next further sessions explanations about quality assurance. Now here we are trying to define the term quality control. It's American society has defined it's a mechanism by which the product are to be measured up to the specification determined from the customer, demands and transferred into the sales engineering, manufacturing requirements. It is concerned with the making things that right rather than discovering and rejecting made wrong. The other way of defining the quality control with the words from Dr. Juran, quality control is a universal managerial process of conducting operations so as to provide stability, to prevent adverse changes, and to maintain the status quo. To maintain the stability, quality control process evaluates the actual performance, compares actual performance goals, and takes necessary actions on the differences. So from these two definitions, what we can understand, it's all about the process, what I tried to define in the form of a simple flow chart here. The first stage is to select the limits of process. The second step is to set the performance standards. Then identify the ways of measuring the deviation. The next is to measure the actual performance and compare with the standards. The two decisions, if it is fitting or matching with or otherwise. So if it is matching, accept, or it is not matching, so not acceptable, so act on the difference. Now if you look at this particular flowchart, this portion is all about the quality control. The major portion of your quality control lies here, understanding the actual performance, comparing it with the standards, and acting upon it. And so the process is defined in here in the form of a flowchart, is all about corrective actions on the differences. Right? Now what will do? It will ensure the control on the quality parameters. Actually, you are controlling the quality over the process and avoiding the same get repeated in the next cycle of quality improvement. Actually, Dr. Deming has defined this cycle of analyzing and making the corrections. So he has defined this PDSA cycle first. What this PDSA cycle is, which is plan what you want to do it, check whether what you are doing is as per requirement. If it is not, act accordingly. He has modified it from check to study with two further components, find and analyze. So there are some processes related to identifying the deviations, analyzing it, try to develop new suggestions and new processes, and act accordingly. So again, PDCA is again converted into PDSA. In very short description, I tried to just give an exposure related to PDCA and PDSA. Now this again, PDCA and PDSA cycle is further described for engineers by Dr. Deming. So plan included again two basic processes, idea for placing the improvements on quality and responsibility of quality. So it is planning for responsibility of quality, then doing the research, doing the activities for developing the standards, etc. And similarly, there are a few processes added for study and act phase. Actually, Dr. Deming has said here that improving quality does not increase cost, because there is always misconception for use of the quality control activities may lead to increasing the cost. No. How? We'll see. See, as we work on eliminating the deviation, cost decreases because of less rework, fewer mistakes, fewer delays, better use of machine time. So ultimately what it yields to improvement in the productivity. So once you talk about improvement in the productivity, it may give opportunities for expanding your market share with a better quality, with lower price, lower maybe defect rates, diversification in your product with features. That could be time and other resources for doing the innovations. Again, it will help you to lead further for whether it motivates you to stay in the business. Again, it provides jobs, provide more jobs, improve quality for that. This is kind of a quality spiral what he has explained. Now in this process of quality improvement, this is what the region where you could see the importance of concept of quality control, because here what you see is cost reduces because of less rework, fewer mistakes, fewer delays. Means here when you actually work on the product or process for avoiding the deviations, you are doing quality control activity. So there are different techniques as well as tools defined as quality improvement techniques, quality control techniques, quality control tools. Very famous basic 7 quality control tools are just shown here. For example, the 7 QC tools, cause and effect diagrams, flow diagrams. These cause and effect diagrams are helping you to establish a relationship between different causes for deviations. Flow charts again helping you for the same. Check sheets, histograms, kind of a graphical representation. Similar graphical representation, Pareto will help you to prioritize your activities. for quality control, then control charts is one of the very extensively used QC tools all across the world. Scatter diagram again helping you to understand the relationship between the parameters which may affect your ultimate maybe the parameter under consideration or of your quality characteristics, right? So again, relationship analysis that you can do using the scatter diagram. So likewise, there are so many different types of quality control tools are available. I've just discussed here some basic 7QC tools, right? So detailed explanation we'll do later on, but here we are trying to understand what the concept of quality control, the process of quality control. Just as an example, here I am showing a list of 7 basic quality control tools. Now, whatever I have discussed is from this particular book. You can refer this book for further explanations. Thank you.